This is Wags on Sunshine, 30-minute demo. He's playing Scout. Let's see what he can do. All right. Tiny little crosshair there. He's through choke. Takes an early sticky. I would usually be pistoling like this early, just so that you're loaded when these like soldiers bomb you. He's doing pretty good damage. Alright, his team lost. So, looks like that mid, the other team just got way more aggressive. So they were all on the back foot. What kind of needs to happen on mids is like you simultaneously go aggressive when they go aggressive. That way people are getting killed behind these guys that are aggressive, and it's just kind of wherever the pieces may fall, you win. One team wins or one team loses or whatever. Here he has really good position to see that they're Ubering in. Look at this guy's name. I like his name. Here, this is really questionable to not chase them in. I feel like they backed way too far up, and they ended up Ubering in the corner rather than just baiting the other team in and then just Ubering through the choke point so that they could at least chase them. Because they had a better Uber. Even if they counter Uber like 2 or 3 seconds later, they're better off like making sure they can do something with the Uber rather than pulling all the way back and then wasting the Uber on nothing. That's like probably the biggest mistake I've been encountering or seeing with like medics lately. It's just they use their Uber way out of position because they were trying to they thought they could escape when it or whatever, or they thought they could they just had some ideal in their head where like, I'm going to escape with full Uber and they're not going to come force me, but usually they're going to come force you, man. Here they should probably have some off classes because you know, they did have a slight disadvantage there. They're going to get Uber though. The other team probably should have scouted it out a little bit more and then just Ubered into them instead of Ubering from like the other side of the map. But they definitely need to be pushing out right now. So you can see that your teammates went left and right. I would probably clear water if I were you, just to be sure that, yeah, this is smart. You just want to be sure that every entrance is being covered. That's how you push out at last. And he's lingering just for a sec to make sure there's nothing here. And now he's confident he can push up. Good target selection here. He didn't just tunnel vision the first soldier that he saw. Did end up killing him, but I think the damage on the demo was worth that. They should have slight ad here, I think. Actually, I don't know if they killed the other medic. I don't remember. Wags has pretty good aim, though, it would seem. No, the other team has Uber. You can hear it. But I like how he's like playing somewhat forward. He knows kind of that line where he can play to like dance around, and if the soldier decides to commit, he can still escape. So I like his like spacing so far. It's pretty good. His aim is quite solid as well. I like this. Here, if they didn't see you, you might have not wanted to shoot, but I can see why you'd shoot to try and like turn their eyes over towards you, and then that could help your team get out through the choke point. But it would seem that you guys were just a bit too slow in general to push out. Like, you guys had 2 or 3 picks, I think. You should have been able to push out. I think it's just some hesitation there. If your main caller, like, is too slow to call to push out, sometimes that can really prevent you from capping second because he's, like, just hesitating too much or whatever to make the call. That call needs to be made as early as possible, really. Alright, here again, you have 2 picks. Let's see how fast you guys are moving. This guy just gets rolled. Someone died to the trap, but that meant the trap got dead, so you should be able to get through for free here. I would even be looking to get like all the way into middle if I were you guys. So you're gonna be peeking here, leading. That was good. I like how you're also using like height, like jumping on that shed to fight people. Oh, the scout hid in that corner. Wow, I'm surprised that hit you. Fuck that roof. I think after killing the demo there and then seeing that the other team was like all bunched up, you might have wanted to like play a little bit more spaced from your combo so that your team could have a better Uber and you could kind of bait people to chase you. Like maybe I would have run over towards Valley or jumped on the ledge over in the Valley. That way during the Uber, like after you kill their demo, you have like a huge Uber advantage, or you have a huge like damage advantage essentially, and your team doesn't have to worry about traps. And there you could see like 4 of them were gonna get Ubered by their medic pretty obviously. So yeah, staying out of some of these Ubers is a good idea. Or just so you can like bait them to chase you and like force them to flash more people so they can chase you or whatever. That's the thing about Scout is like you have a lot of freedom to what fights you decide to include yourself in. That was a good pick. You guys should probably peek and pressure off that. Yeah, I like how you don't chase people too much. It's very good, very disciplined here. And he's smart to like check for back caps. That was good that like they tried to pressure, lost 1 player, then they called it off. That's essentially how it goes. You might as well try and send someone in to get a get a counter force or like see if you can get another pick. But once he dies, you know, you just reset. So they seem to have a pretty good understanding of that. So he knows they have a sniper. Oh, your scout got sniped. I would get a buff before peeking because if you get body shot, you'd just be instantly dead. Another thing you guys could do when the other team has a sniper like this is just solo Uber into them. But I like how you're shifting the heals forward so that the sniper has to like super commit in order to see anything. Your demo ended up not protecting himself on the left, so he got rushed and killed. So now they're just flooding in everywhere. I like how he doesn't tunnel vision. That's very important. Like, he shoots one person, then he reevaluates. Who do I need to kill? Who's the bigger threat? So he's not going to tunnel vision that demo or any one player who's, like, the first person he shoots at isn't necessarily the person he chases. So it's very important.
This way, Doc. Thanks, Doc. Doc, come on.
So I just heard a horn get blown. But it looks like his team doesn't like to run off classes at all. I think having a sniper is a safe one when it's even Uber. When it's dishad, you could run a heavy. You could run a heavy anytime really. NG I usually only reserve for Uber disadvantages, but you know, having some sort of off class really helps for holding last. Micah, I told you I'm doing 2 demo reviews a day starting tomorrow. Today I'm doing 1, so I can, but tomorrow I'm gonna have to catch up because I have a lot of demos sent in. So here it should be like the same routine. You guys shift forward so your med's not vulnerable to the sniper. Even that soldier on the right side is like pretty vulnerable to the sniper because if he peeks over the box, he can die. Is that me or is that this guy? I can see when other people get contracts, apparently. So it sounds like they are pushing in the combo. So they did Uber. The other team Uber as well. They have a pick, and they know the other team's running a sniper. I would be pushing. Because once they get outside those shutters, you lose your opportunity. You lose your opportunity to punish them for running a sniper because then they can just turtle outside and you can't really peek. Fucking animal. Alright, this dude just popped conch and bombed your medic. So I guess you guys lose. Alright, let's watch another mid. Send me an STV game from one of my Highlander games while I review my own POV. Sure, why not? Alright, I really like this position. This is like my favorite spot to be, because it gives you good vision and slight height advantage, and it's kind of hard for them to spam while you're up there. He's doing a very, very good job of like controlling height advantage on these mids, though. I like that a lot. It's very similar to how I like to play on the mids. Alright, you guys need to run. So that was good though. By focusing the demo, he made the other medic stall for a little bit and flash him, and it allowed his medic to get out, or not. He gets isolated and dies. So now that he should spawn on an off class. If he doesn't spawn on like heavy or NG, I will be disappointed. I'm disappointed. Grab a drink. I can't. I'm committed to this demo review. Sorry. You're gonna have to sit through my coughing. I apologize. Oh, he's an NG. Bit late. They might push like before you can level this up. I would have spawned on this class. The only case I wouldn't have spawned on NG there is if they were already in last and I knew I needed to just participate in a fight. Yeah, there. Once they got that soldier in, you should have known that you couldn't keep the sentry up. But if it would have just been the scout, there was a chance you could have kept the sentry up. Or if the soldier would have jumped away, then you could have kept it up. But you made the right decision letting it go down. But your team got rolled. I don't know what else to say. Alright. About to get sat on. Your demo's down, so you should basically be getting out. You should be watching for soldiers right now, and then if their medic dies, you guys get out. There, I probably would have pistoled that guy to finish him off. I'm kind of noticing that I don't see you using pistol, like, at all. Maybe I use pistol too much, but, I would have pistoled him. Alright. Oh, you're using the winger, that's why. Okay, I'm not seeing you use the winger very much either. Like, if you're gonna use the winger, you should be jumping all over the fucking place. Like, getting on rooftops and that kind of stuff.
Thanks, Doc.
But really good DM there. And he was smart about communicating with his medic that he could win that fight. Obviously, that's what he did, I think, because he killed that scout and then he hit that fat shot on the next one. So he was very confident there. He seems to have a very good understanding of like the flow of the game, at least. Like on mids, he knows his role, he knows what his job is, and he's fairly committed to it. It's pretty good. Oh, that sniper chase. Yeah, that guy should have died. I hear a drop. Uh-oh. Kitty. Don't puke on me, kitty.
Doc, come on, man. Medic!
So I think it's even Ubers right now.
Doc, come on, man.
They have a sniper and they don't have Uber. Like, you guys should be challenging the fuck out of them if they're that close. Their soldier cratered. Or their sniper cratered. That was weird. Your team should be looking to push while you're spawning, because the other team is down 1, and you should like both be getting there at like the same time. So if your team is able to get another pick in that downtime, then suddenly you'll have a number advantage. Basically, it was like an even number fight. Kill their roamer. Walking in. Alright, so they just gave it. Oh, they Ubered in actually. So here I would maybe be looking to flank. You saw that there was nothing on the right. You could have set yourself up in behind them in lobby if you knew they had a bad Uber and they were going to be running. That roamer likes to go for a lot of risky plays. You guys should punish them for that and go last. Like, that was a really poorly timed death by that guy. Make sure you hit that medic key when you're coming in late into these fights so you can get your heal. Wow. Winnable. Nope, never mind, he's full. Your med should be running away. What the fuck? I can't believe you guys won that. The other team just literally threw. All you had to do was sit on the point and they would have held that. But there you go. Always keep in mind pressing tab for spawners when you're committing to like small numbers last fights, because the spawns are heavily in their favor, obviously, because they spawn like 10 feet away from the point. So if the fights last too long on last, you just kind of gotta run away knowing that their spawns are going to be coming in. You don't want to get caught off guard by that kind of stuff. The fuck? That demo is like completely uncontested the entire mid. But again, I like how he's playing the high ground, and I like how he is switching targets so often, and like he denies one person, then he looks at the next person. So he's honestly doing it better than most scouts in even in invite, to be honest. If his team is like struggling to win mids, what they should be doing is making sure the other team's medic dies. Just committing fully to that. Having maybe both soldiers go for the medic. Something like that. But here your medic should be playing quite far back. Huh. Where's the spam? Alright, now he has to get out because they were not spammed like at all. If they were eating spam and damage, he could potentially stay because they would be so like slow to advance that he could just keep putting pressure on them. But since they didn't get spammed like at all, he has to back up because they're just gonna try and roll in. What else? I don't think his roamer should have committed to die there because they already had one pick. So what your roamer usually should do in that situation is if you're like approaching Uber, which they were at like 60, he should just be sitting there spamming, not committing to die. And then after he gets the force, he could push the flank with a scout, because with that number advantage, they'd most likely only run into one scout on the flank. It's a good way to buy time. Damn.
I got invited to something called a key party. I guess we all go and trade houses or something. Anyway, they wanted my keys and I said no. If they keep pressing, I brought my gun. I've got a contract anyway.
I still can't tell if that's my contract or his. That death, he just he didn't look to his left or react to the scout fast enough.
Look at you chuckleheads down there. Yeah, thanks, Doc.
Like if you're about to pounce on someone and destroy them, and they don't see you, I guess it doesn't hurt to just look around just to make sure you're actually free to kill that guy. Like while jumping down to kill that soldier, like take a quick peek to the left. Someone's going last, so you just go kill that guy, then you should have a free push. Yeah, now you guys have number advantage, so this should be a win here. At least a cap. I'm struggling to keep track of the Ubers, which is my bad. But I think that they've spawned everyone by now. So you just gotta kind of wait for them to make a mistake. It's kind of how the game works. Like, if you retake second and it's even Uber still, you just kind of hold. But it looks like they're actually going through Valley. Would have been better if you were like there, kind of leading it and peeking in front of your combo, because then you could be looking for traps and baiting out spam and then getting in position. Like, you have the winger, you could have jumped up on that little balcony there, brought a lot of spam towards yourself rather than your medic. Then your team wouldn't have had to pop. That's like the ideal situation, is you're leading the push, you attract a lot of spam to yourself, your medic can walk in because you've wasted all their ammo, and you don't have to pop at all. So that's the ideal situation, and that could have happened there. You're just a bit too slow to be there leading with your combo. I think you guys might actually even be running double gunboats, it looks like. So on double gunboats, having the scout be more combo oriented is very important. It looks like, based on your mid play, that you're more of a combo scout, or at least, you know, you're not a WM1 kind of scout, playing a little bit more conscious of your medic's position and life. So I think in general, like being, wow, that's a very odd trap. In general, being like in position to be on Ubers and lead and distract and stuff for your combo is a good idea. The dynamic you want to have is where your scout is pushing forward to like peek things, then your pocket is taking ground behind him, and then they rotate in and out. So like the scout like distracts someone, the soldier jumps him, and the scout rotates back. The soldier does the damage to that guy that he jumps, then the scout pushes in on that guy. They're just constantly rotating in and out. So we've seen this before. The other team's running a sniper, pushing last. I think you guys might want to experiment with just solo Ubering into their combo when they have the sniper, because they'll often be like grouped up around him, and like right now you would be able to force on like 5 of them right now on that right. The other team's medic way overcommitted, so that's just a free medic pick for you guys. So you know demo's left, so there won't be a trap on right. That was good that you peeked to your right instead of just fully chasing that scout. Does this guy get air shot? Nope. He gets it. Alright, so their scout and roamer are dead. You know the other scout should be just spawning, I think. So you guys should be clear to push out. But again, I like how he clears the flank. Make sure they don't get back capped. There he's just kind of trying to distract, but his team loses the DM fight, so they have to back up. So they're really struggling with pushing out of last. It seems their problem is that they're not like capitalizing on times when they have number advantage, and I think they're all just like sitting on the point. They're not really doing damage in the chokes to keep the other team out or spamming or whatever. Did that demo die? Alright, he's dead. Good. It's good that he followed up on it. You know, he's juggling many targets, which is good. He didn't lose track of the demo necessarily, but he prioritized other frags, and then he checked back in to see that the demo was dead. Oh man. Alright, you guys should be rolling right now. Rolling, 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 roll, roll, roll. see the demo backing up, reloading, and shooting pipes, so there must be a trap somewhere. But they're getting back capped. No one's there to stop it. So I think no one went through Valley or something there. Scout's running all the way to last. I think he's gonna get there just in time. That was good. Oh, his med dropped. Alright. So now what do? Now you all try to either commit to the med or... There I might not have shot them because they didn't see you, I don't think. They were focusing that other scout. Alright, they finally popped. One way you could waste their time is... Oh. They're on last. Alright, I thought you would have gotten spawns by then. I was gonna say you could... If you had spawns, you could start backcapping and then call that you're behind and then you just, like, sandwich them. But apparently you had no spawns, so they just rolled into last. And their fucking conch made them run faster or whatever the fuck happened. So you're taking a lot of early damage. If you find that to be the case, you might want to like avoid sitting on that shed early, because that's like the most common like spam spot. And maybe another thing you could do is run the winger and winger jump through choke. That way you're like usually going to be above any stickies or rockets or any spam coming into choke. And you get in clean that way. So here, I guess you guys are just waiting for your soldiers. So you couldn't push off of it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure their medic escaped as well. So you only have 2 minutes left. If you're playing this like a match, you don't want to waste any time. If you're gonna go for a suicide, you do it immediately. You don't just sit here forever. So it looks like your soldier's going in through water. You're gonna peek to see if you have any room, but you're getting spammed. They have a heavy. So he trades for a roamer trade. Oh, your combo's in and still hasn't popped, which is very good. This is when you might want to like start baiting the point. Die, do a rocket jump. Since you guys had so much room and hadn't popped and they had no sniper, you want to kind of set up a situation where their other team's going to pop first. Usually you'd assume you're going to Uber first, pushing into last. But if you so happen to find a situation where you're not going to Uber first, you want to try and make the other team Uber first then. And the way you could have done that was just baiting the point a little bit, forcing them to contest on the point. Put a bunch of stickies on it, and then walk onto it. Alright, minute left, so this means it's time to roll. The only way to win with a minute left is to kill their medic and wipe them and keep your medic alive. So generally I would have both my soldiers killing their medic, and then I would be trying to keep my medic alive. So nice damage onto them, and now you're behind them. Sandwiching the med. You should cap, your team should roll. So he was just playing aggressive because there was no time left, I guess.
Doc, come on, man.
18 seconds. Unfortunately, I don't think it's possible.
I got it. Medic. Stand on the
GG. Alright. So. Very good, actually. Wags has very good aim and a very good understanding of like how to not get bat capped, how to juggle targets, target selection, things like that. I would like to see more off-classing on last, running heavy, NG, sniper, things like that. And then I'd also like to see him playing more near the combo when they're doing like uber pushes, and then just to like make space and like get a call on whether or not they even need to uber. That's one of the key parts of being the combo scout, is leading a push to see if the other team is in position to force you. If not, you can give that call. Otherwise, your pocket's coming around the corner blind and he's like gonna have to force, or they're just getting spammed super hard, so you'd have to force from that. The other thing is he's running the winger, but not really using it as much as he should, I guess. Like, I feel like it might be more map dependent when you want to run the winger. I think maps like Badlands or Granary might be better for it, but Sunshine, there's not too many jumps that you can really do. I don't know. I personally feel like I never need the winger just because I like using the pistol and it does a lot of damage. Other than that, I don't know, man. Honestly, pretty good. His team needs to work on pushing out of last. I think when they have number advantage, they need to move like more urgently, and they need to check for traps. I think that was what was killing them almost every time. Like pushing out of last, they got trapped every time, so they lost a player to that. So if they could just be more conscious of that when you're pushing out, make sure you're calling watch for traps, then that would help a lot. So overall, very good. So thanks, Wags, for the demo.